Well, Anyang actually started the season pretty well. They were unbeaten in their first 3 games, including a very credible draw on the opening day of the season away to last season's runners-up, Daejeon Han Citizen. But they have lost 2 in a row, including their last match here at home against Incheon United. And the consequences of that are they are on 5 points from 5 matches, just 1 point above bottom spot, which is currently occupied by the team that beat them here the last time, Incheon United. So this is a big game. Not only are they playing against a team that they, or a club that they dislike the most. I'll be able to give you a small, unprofessional history lesson later on in this video. They get to play against that team, but it's a game they absolutely need to pick up something from today. As you might be able to make out, it's cherry blossom season. The weather is fantastic. There's white everywhere. There's purple behind the camera. It's going to be a great Sunday of football in Anyang. There's the Anyang Stadium behind me. Now the visitors today are FC Seoul, who are the only team in K-League 1, not both divisions by the way, but the only team in K-League 1 with a perfect record so far. Played 4-1-4. Not only that, they've actually played 2 games less than a team directly below them. Second place, Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, who are the defending champions, and they're still ahead of them in the table. So a victory here for Seoul today in a stadium that used to be theirs will see them open up a small gap at the top of the table already. There's obviously a very, very, very long way to go. And Seoul have had a couple of troubled seasons under manager Kim Gi-dong, but it does appear like they've turned it around a little bit. Now this is crucial. This is a big away game for them. They were supposed to play against Ulsan, but that game was abandoned or postponed because of Asian Champions League fixture congestion. So they've already won in Incheon, and now they go on one of their other very short away trips to Anyang. And let's see how they get on. Anyway, here's the cherry blossom. Now when you arrive at the Anyang Stadium, from this gate here, it's one of the 2 main gates, you're greeted by this. It's very unrefined, it's very gritty, it's very edgy, which I love about it here. I mean, it's slightly dangerous that there's an active car park and people pulling in and out. What makes it interesting is that a lot of the clubs in Korea, they love to have this central meeting point outside the stadium where the fans will come and congregate. And normally it's a place with food trucks, convenience stores, but certainly no cars, tables, place like this where you can sit down and just enjoy the pre-game atmosphere. But I always think it's one of the things that makes Anyang that little bit more special is that they just don't have that. Like, it's a city-built stadium, it's about 40 years old. There are cars coming in and out as fans try to mingle in that section there, where it's at that second gate is the entrance to the main supporter section behind the goal. So when you go to Ulsan, there's a big, I don't know what you call it, like a tarping, a thing like this on the wall with players' names on it. You go to Suwon, behind the north stand, there's a Big Bird Cafe. In Incheon, you come out of the train station and there's a huge open space behind the away fan section where fans can just get some beers and have some food and, as they congregate, meet, take photographs, do whatever they want to do. But here, and the Seoul World Cup Stadium is a great example of that too. There's a fan park there with one of the FC Seoul stores and a shop, a convenience store. But here, you come up this road here from this gate and you're immediately met with traffic and lots of people. All right, so I'm going to take you on a quick whistle-stop tour around the stadium. Why not? We can have a look at some of these flags that have players' names on them. Choi Gong-ju, a recent addition to the squad. It's about 40 minutes to kick off. I want to get in, make sure I get in on time. So I'll make this as quickly as possible. This is the main stand, outside the main stand. That actually picture up there, I'll talk about it later, is when they won in Seoul for the first time. I'll definitely be mentioning that later on. This is the main gate, the main entrance to the stadium, the VIP entrance, media entrance, under the big flag with some of the players and the manager. And this is where the players will come out after the match, and there tends to be a lot of it's a good club for taking photographs with fans. It's a really good club actually for that. The fan service, as they say in Korea, is extremely high. You'll always see some famous current or former footballers walking out of that exit into the car park. This is the store. This is the FC Anyang store. It's new. It was only opened last season, and that queue is a big one. There's a lot of people clearly looking to pick up some merchandise before their biggest home match of the season. Yeah, look at those queues. There's even some FC Seoul fans in there. All right, let's have a look at the away end. The red and black is FC Seoul, as you can probably make out. This is the away gate. They go up this ramp here into the original sand structure, and then they make their way kind of underneath that floodlight. FC Seoul bus. And another bus over here. The away fan section is sold out for this match. You can actually get a glimpse of the stadium through there. Players warming up outside the TV trucks. FC Seoul. So yeah, this is the away fan entrance. They go up there behind that floodlight, gate 13, whatever, block 17, 18, 19. And as I said, that section is sold out today. Incheon sold it out as well. Was that last week, a couple of weeks ago? And then it suddenly gets very, very quiet. There's nothing over this side. You could be mistaken for thinking we were in a factory, some sort of a farm over there. Brand new apartment buildings. Featured those in the last video I did in the stadium. It's a very strange stadium. Like, this is the stadium on the left, and as you can see, there's not a huge amount going on. But what you notice in a lot of these civic stadiums is they're also shared by a lot of other corporations, sporting corporations like badminton, softball, table tennis, judo, taekwondo, and they will often share the stadium with other sporting organizations within the city. And yeah, I don't know if these people have a view of the stadium. I know there's an entrance to kind of behind the running track when you're in there, but what exactly they're able to see, I'm not sure. Wall climbing there. And now we're back around to this side, which is opposite the main stand, where I took some of those earlier videos from. Just very, very interesting place to watch football. Like, there's so much activity and buzz underneath the main stand where the main supporter section goes, and then you just come the complete opposite side of that, and there's just parked cars, player pictures on lampposts, and cherry blossoms, and brand new construction over there. Like, you wouldn't know there was a game on simply just by walking around here. But this is Anyang Stadium. This is the entrance to the stand. I'll be in. Regularly go up there, that part of the stadium. You might notice some FC Seoul jerseys around here. You're not allowed to wear opposition jerseys in the other end, so if they have snuck a ticket into the home fan section, they will be covering their gear up. It does happen quite a bit. Often the away fan sections in K-League are too small. As we discussed on the 38th podcast before. So, yes, as I said, but in a sold out away fan, there's a decent chance that some of the away fans will make their way into the home end. And if they've done that, they need to keep very, very quiet. This is a Cass I'm drinking now. Unfortunately, the Sukhabati beer that I profiled the last time on this channel is now gone. There was talk of it being sold in the stadium at the start of the year. It was for sale outside the stadium. You couldn't drink it inside. And now it's all gone. It doesn't exist anymore. The Sukhabati beer is gone. Very, very disappointing. Cass is okay. I can definitely put up with a Cass. Cass is a decent beer now. But it was always a great treat to come to the Anyang Stadium and drink one of the beers. Let's have a look at one of their famous floodlights again. Whoa. They're so good. Those floodlights are so good. Now we're back around here again. There's the basketball court. The hockey stadium is out to the right. And I've made it around the full 360 of Anyang Stadium. From the buzz and the hype and the excitement of this section to the quiet residential area on the other side. It's about 30 minutes to kick off. It's time to go in and sample the atmosphere. Well, there's the FC Seoul fans behind me. And as you might be aware of by now, this used to be their home stadium. As part of a K-League decentralization policy, this team, this club has moved out of Seoul, and they eventually found their way here into this stadium way back in 1996. And they actually won K-League championships from this stadium. And then in early 2004, without any great notice, it looked like it was going to be Busan I-Park, team that's known as Busan I-Park. We're going to move into Seoul to become the newest Seoul-only club in the capital. But the Anyang LG Cheetahs, as they were known at the time, just headed north of the Han River into the vacant World Cup Stadium. And they've been there ever since. Makgeolli? Is that the new Anyang Makgeolli? How is it? It's really good. It's really good. This is class. My video was interrupted because these guys were giving me this. This is a proper K-League atmosphere. These are the guys behind me. Oh yeah. This is what football's all about, especially on Easter Sunday. I got some free makgeolli from the supporters club over there. I was going to go to my usual spot, kind of over there where the crane is. Just watch the game from here, eh? Anyway, as I was saying, FC Seoul used to be based here and they moved back to Seoul in 2004. They left Anyang without a club for the bones of a decade. It didn't go down too well. But now they got their own club and they're meeting Seoul as equals. I might as well just say this as well before the teams come out. That the teams played each other last season for the first time in the league. Seoul won the first game 2-1 in February. They drew 1-1 here, I think it was in May. And then the greatest day in FC Anyang's history, they went to Sangam, the Seoul World Cup Stadium. I was there for both of those away games. Tears in the away end. They beat FC Seoul 2-1. And it was class. Absolutely class. And I really hope today is going to be one of those days. The Seoul fans are there. Anyang fans are there. And the lads who gave me the alcohol are right there. My God. People mightn't think of Korea as much of a football destination, but when they get it right, they get it really right. So, the FC Seoul team is on the big screen TV. There they are. They're going to come out of the change room, which is directly below where they're standing. There they are. There's the FC Seoul players. About to hear the Anyang team. Camera turned around now for the FC Anyang team on the big screen. This is going to be fun. I was supposed to be in Suwon today for Suwon against Cheongbuk Cheongju FC. You just can't miss an atmosphere like this. You don't get an atmosphere like this that often in K-League. And you know what? I don't care. I know we're supposed to be a neutral fan channel, below the 38, but let's go, baby. The players are coming out. It looks like some FC Seoul fans are being ejected in front of me. Sunday in the sun at the Anyang football stadium. This better be a good game. And you know what? The home team better win. How awesome would that be? Wow, this is so cool. Who wants to see me? The players are out. Get in. There's about 8 minutes to go here in the first half. It's 0-0. I'm trying not to show the match to avoid any weird copyright issues. Anyang Stadium bathed in extraordinary April sunshine. It's beautiful here, absolutely beautiful. I guess you could say Seoul have been the better team in the first 37 minutes, but not by much. It's been tight, really, really tight. So what does this result mean for the rest of the season? Well, Seoul have a humdinger of a game next weekend against Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, the defending champions. It's first against second. Huge, huge game. In the context of the season, Anyang will travel to Gimcheon to play against Gimcheon Sangmu before they are automatically relegated no matter how they finish for the rest of the season. Yeah, it's K-League 1 is beginning to hot up. Anyang could probably do it a couple of wins now just to put distance between themselves and 12th. For Seoul, they have games in hand and they are top. So from below the 38th at South Korea stadiums, we are done. That's it from FC Anyang today.